Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. A look now at the Miami offense.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Time for us to introduce you to the defensive starters for Arizona. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now for Brees. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
This is it. UAT. Check. Walk 54. Let's go.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Watson being chased out left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And I guess we're back to square one. A rocky start here. A turnover followed by a turnover.
Not exactly what we expected going into the game, but I always wonder about the nerves and people starting, the emotions of the game. Sometimes it takes a little while for that to play out and for them to settle in. Let's hope that that's taken care of now.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Breeze. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his target. It's Cobb. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well.
Nice catch right there. It brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
21.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A toss play to Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Watson going down the middle, and it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 30 yards.
Check the floor. Check right, check right. Tighten up, tighten up. Tighten up. Switch it. Shift.
It's Coleman here, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Ashawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama, a big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he's going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit, a great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Tyler Eifert, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the ground, this is Michel. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Ready? To kill.
A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. From the gun on third down, Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's closing in on that number. They're all running back circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Watson, off play action. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Where's that? 19! 54 miles. Hey, pick your game up.
Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Buying time to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Julio Jones. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Come on, fellas.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing now is Breeze. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. And as they approach halftime, it's the Redskins who have the lead in that one. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. 2 touchdown passes there for Teddy Ballgame. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns, and he has run for another. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
A first update now out of Jacksonville. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Get wide. Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Throwing on second and long. Watson escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Watson. And Eifert has it. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Open man is Anderson. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now, let's not forget that was all set up by the 4th down conversion earlier in the drive.
Would have been a complete letdown if the drive doesn't culminate this way, wouldn't it? If you're going to go for it on 4th down, your intention is to make sure you get a touchdown out of the drive, and that's exactly what they did. Converted, and it converted a 2nd time for 6 points.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Switch.
Play action. Breeze. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On the give, running right is Howard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 39, Breeze. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
They go play action here on 1st down. The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D.
Now Breeze. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got it complete to Anderson. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Watson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Breeze to throw. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now Breeze again. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He finds Robinson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion, went just shy of the marker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
95-56, 95-56.
That's good for Dolphins. First down.
On the delay, it's Howard. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. That's caught by Howard. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Breeze going to go on 4th down. It's a foot race. The 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in there. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
That didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Breeze now. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. The Dolphins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Breeze to throw again. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. From the 50, it's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
On 4th down, Watson eluding the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Partner, I think the thing I'm going to take away from this game is that ending. Still hard to believe they score on the final play, and then for some salt on the wound, they go for 2 just to widen the margin.
Not to mention, they already had the lead when they scored on the final play. So I don't know if everyone on the team is a fantasy football player, and they're like, hey, get more points for our guys. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe a coach is looking ahead and saying, you know something, the more points we have might be the tiebreaker. But, boy, what a way to finish it.
So for the Cards, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brett.